Well, hello, my lovies, my witchy poos, and my lovely gifted people out in this big, beautiful world. This is your high priestess, Lady Lisa, feeling a little witchy tonight. So I felt like maybe I should jump on real quick. I just felt like the urge to do so. Um, as I come on each and every time I do a video, I evolve. Okay, so I'm going to be different in this video as I wouldn't have been as different in the last video. In the next video, I'm going to be different. And I'm not going to be the same person I was in my first video. And I'm not going to be the same person I am in my last video. Because every day that I wake up, I'm evolving as well as the world and everyone in it. And I'm always the student before I'm the teacher. However, I was born with gifts and knowledge and wisdom to share with the world. That's one of the ways you become a high priestess. So, oh my goodness, being a high priestess, a witch, a psychic, a medium, and so forth, I must teach. Okay, it's imperative. So what I want to start with first is I went the other day and I got a tattoo. Now you might say, oh goodness, witches, they're reserved, they don't get tattoos. Well, we're in a whole new generation, and it is what it is. Back in the 1300s, the 1500s, the 1600s, witches were snaggletooth, deformities in their face, and that's how you would be able to know a witch by the way she looked. Today, unless you really seen a witch and you know for a fact that she's a witch, excuse me 1 minute. I'll be done in 1 second. Done in 1 second. Unless she or he says that they're a witch and you see them in action and you see them practicing, you're really not going to know what a witch looks like, because anybody can walk around in all black all day long with black lipstick, black makeup, black hair, black dresses, black boots, whatever you may call it. That doesn't make you a witch. Okay? What you do and how you practice and the way you present yourself and the things that you do make you a witch. The gifts that you're born with and so forth. So let's start with the pentagram that I got on my left hand. Okay, and it's still kind of healing, and me being super OCD witch, I'm going to already see that I'm going to have to go back and get it touched up after it's already, once it's done healing. But the point of it is I had posted it in the group that I run on Facebook, and somebody had made a comment, and it wasn't derogatory or evil or mean, but they were just kind of like, well, we know you're a witch, but what does that stand for? Well, what does it stand for? First and foremost, it's a 5-star, 5 points in a circle. Okay, we all know that the circle represents infinity. It's never ending. Okay, just like a witch is never ending. Her gifts and her powers are never ending. It also derives from the word from Greek, comes from the Greek word, okay? Pentacle or pentagram. It represents harmony, peace, love, femininity, infinity, all in wonderful, beautiful things. It is nothing of evil. It is nothing of evil. It is like a Christian or a Catholic getting a cross on their back or wherever they want to get on their body. It's the same thing. That's how we do things as a witch if we were going to indeed get a tattoo. Like my next tattoo is going to be So Mote It Be. Because I'm very proud of who I am. I am very proud of my gifts. I am very proud of being able to be free within myself, to be able to express myself to the world, that I am who I am, and I love me. And I am grateful to Mother Universe for all that I have and all that will be given to me. And no matter what the outcome is, I am going to be okay, because guess what? At 43 years old, I am still standing through all my trials and tribulations throughout my life. I am still standing. So that tells you right there and then that no matter what is going to happen in your life, if you stay positive and you stay focused, you are going to be okay. Okay. So now, if you see somebody with this upside down, just like if you were to see somebody with a cross upside down, that usually means something to do with the devil, Satan, but however you want to identify him, satanic, okay? Not this way, not this way, okay? This is absolutely beautiful and means nothing but beautiful, and it associates everything to do with witchery, okay? So real quick, what I wanted to jump on and show you guys is, hi, Coven Sisters. I love you. And hi to everyone who's watching it once again. And hi to my beautiful sister Covens out in Texas, where we were just at for, well, you would say 3 days with the travel time. But we went out there to do a special ceremony, protection, prayers, and a couple spells. And it was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And again, everything is bigger in Texas. Okay. But we'll be out there again in no time, and I can't wait because next time it will be a lot longer than this time. So what I'm going to demonstrate tonight really quick is how I do my freezer spells. Okay, they're very simple and they're very effective. I'm also going to show you what me and my Coven sisters have come up with, our newest invention. We've come up with a magic box, and our magic boxes come with 4 to 5 secret items every month if you order it monthly. Okay, everything is a donation towards cancer in honor of my father. And if you don't order it monthly, if you were just to buy a box out, then it would be either 4 to 5 things in the box that have to do with spell casting or magic, okay? Beautiful, wonderful surprises, crystals, oils, sage, incense. You never know what is going to come in the box, especially if you're getting one every single month. You can always link your info below, and I will give you my direct info if you would like to inquire about these boxes that we have come up with, what everything is about with them. And our newest invention, oh my goodness, it's the best invention in the world. And I don't care if another witch is watching this and she copies it or he copies it, please do so. Please do so. I encourage it. Just make sure when you do it that you know how to spell cast, that you are definitely a witch or definitely know how to cast, okay? Because you have to spell these dolls, okay? These are not puppets. The difference between these and puppets, the puppets are made for health or for destruction, okay? And I should have brought a puppet down here with me, but I didn't. And with puppets, sometimes it depends on the witch or whoever's making them. When me and my sister Covens make our puppets, we usually will make them either with the mouth sewn shut or with the mouth not sewn shut, but always usually with a heart. And this way you can use the puppet for health, to do a health spell on somebody and help them with their health, or you can use it for destruction if there is somebody out there causing you harm and you just want it to stop, go away, whatever the case may be. These are dolls, okay? And when you donate for one of these dolls, you will get a slip, and it will give you instructions on what to do with your worry doll. And what they are is they're handmade worry dolls, okay? And my doll is upstairs, and they're individually handcrafted and made, and they're very, very tiny and very, very cute, okay? And I'm not going to do anything with them because these are not my dolls, okay? They are already spelled. I'm just going to demonstrate how I use my doll. Now, my doll, I named her Annie. And what you do with your doll is whenever you want to, you take your doll and you put it between your palms, and you tell your doll your worries. And you ask your doll to take your worries away. What I usually do is I will put Annie between my hands right before I go to bed. And I'll rub her in between my hands, and I'll ask her to please take any of my worries away, because I'm not a worrier. I don't worry. That's erased from my vocabulary. However, there is a lot of people out here that do worry. So I will just basically say, Annie, please take all my worries away. She'll know what worries to take away from me, and I'll say thank you, Samota B, and sleep with her under my pillow. And I wake up every morning since I've started doing this feeling like $1,000,000. Now, prior to coming up with this beautiful, great idea, it's not that I didn't feel like $1,000,000, but I had my days just like everyone else. But when I started using Annie, wow, and I'm not even kidding, wow, what a difference. Now, being that you can use your worry doll and take your worry doll anywhere you want, you could take the worry doll to work, you can, squeeze the worry doll like if you were squeezing something for tension or stress. The most important thing you want to do with your worry doll is right before bed. You want to put your worry doll in between your hands and ask your worry doll to take a specific worry away, as many worries as you have away, or just whatever worry, and put it him or her doll, whatever you choose to name your doll, or if you want to make it a certain gender, or you just want to make it a doll, under your pillow, okay? It's imperative that this is done right before you lay your head down. And I can guarantee you this, that if you were to invest in one of these worry dolls, and you, within a week, did not start feeling a difference and a change in your life for the better, then I would personally refund your donation. That's how positive, so mote it be, I am, that if you were to get a worry doll, whether you get it from me or from somebody else, that your life would start to change dramatically. If I'm a high priestess witch, psychic medium, and amongst many other psychic abilities, I'm so tired, excuse me, and being human, I'm going to have my days when my back is hurting, I'm drained from pulling energy, from the readings, from the spell casting, and I'm not complaining in any way, shape, or form. I do not complain. I'm human. But when I started, when me and my coven sisters came up with this idea and we started doing this, and my husband has his, he calls his Gambit. Oh my goodness, it's so much peace in the air. You wake up to just feeling like $1,000,000. The airflow is brilliant. It's beautiful. It's serene, along with the sage and the smudging and the incense being lit. And the whole house is just beautiful. The coven is beautiful. The relationship is beautiful. The money flow is beautiful. The abundance, the wealth, everything is just beautiful. I really suggest very imperatively that you invest in a worry doll. And if it's not from me or one of my coven sisters, find a witch who makes worry dolls and invest in one. And I promise you, you will be changed within a week, if not less, if you do it exactly the way it's supposed to be done. I promise you. So let me put this one away. And this is how they come. They'll come one in a beautiful colored silky tie bag with instructions. Okay, or if you want two, then you'll get two in the bag with an instruction. If you want four, you'll get four. Some come a little bit bigger than these. These are just two that I have for demonstration right now, but they don't come too much bigger than the ones I'm demonstrating at the moment, okay? They might come a little bit bigger like that, but they're definitely not puppets. Puppets are around about this big, okay? Puppets can be pretty big, so they're definitely not puppets. So please, just think about it a little bit. Just think about it a little bit. I would never, never, never lie to you about anything. Never, especially something that, well, I don't lie, but I'm never going to give you advice on something that can only bring good into your life. I mean, if I'm not going to give you advice on bad, I'm not going to give you advice on good, okay? I mean, I'm going to give you advice on good. Did I just make sense about that? Because I am extremely tired. And if I didn't make no sense about that right there, please comment down below and say, clarify that mess. Because, yeah, I'm extremely tired. Okay, so let's get back to how I do my most effective, easy freezer spells. Okay, so you got this gossiping person at work, or this annoying boss, or this annoying coworker, or this husband or wife who has this very bad, annoying habit. Whatever the case may be. You want it stopped. You want the gossiping stopping. You want the slander stopped. You want him to stop his smoking. You want her to stop sipping that wine every Friday night. Whatever the case may be. You're a spellcaster. You do spells, or you're practicing. This is where I would start to practice first, would be with a freezer spell. Now, what I do is I use jars, preferably glass jars with sealable lids. Glass. However, you can use plastic, like a bouillon, like when you would get bouillon cubes to make chicken noodle soup or something like that. You can use that just as well, but I love to work with the glass. So when I get my bay leaves, you know, because I do bay leaves every morning to make the air beautiful. Bay leaves have the most magical properties in them, like cinnamon and spearmint. And I write my wish on the bay leaf, and I'll burn it in my cauldron. And then I'll save these for freezer spells, okay? So what you're going to do is, first, you're going to take your jar, of course, and you're going to make sure that there's nothing on it. And you're going to make sure that it's nice and clean in the inside. Rinse it out, let it dry out, make sure it's very clean. You're going to take your sage stick, okay? And you're going to sage inside of it. And you're going to sage outside of it. Pretend this is the sage. We're saging inside, and we're saging outside as well. We're saging the top, we're saging ourself, we're saging our area, okay? We're saging our area. When that is done, usually I have never come across a witch who doesn't open and close a circle. If you're just a spellcaster, then you might open a circle and close a circle, you might not. So it's all in what you prefer to do. I can't instruct you in how to spellcast. I can only tell you how I do things, okay? You have to do what's most comfortable for you and what works right for you. That's the most important thing, okay? No judgment or discredit here on my behalf, because I don't do that nonsense. Too grown for all that. So you have to do what's most comfortable for you as a witch, as a spellcaster, or as both witch and spellcaster, however you may be. So because I was in a rush to get down here, like I'm always in a rush to get on YouTube and then forget everything that I need most of the time, because witches are clumsy and forgetful at times. What you're going to need is, you're going to need parchment paper, or you're going to need a piece of paper that has absolutely no lines on it. Now, when I like to do my freezer spells, okay, if I'm doing it for a client, then what I'm going to use is regular water. If I'm doing it for me against somebody else, like somebody who may be slandering me, or somebody who may be talking behind my back, or if somebody I love has a bad habit, I will use my own urine. Okay, I do spells all the time with my own blood, my own saliva, my own urine. Okay, I won't add saliva to this because this is not a spell for myself, but I will use my urine in there because it's a little bit more potent when it comes to destroying this bad, disgusting habit that that I will, similar to be, get rid of. So it's always great if you can get a piece of the person's hair or something that belongs to the person, whether it be a picture, anything. If you can get anything of the person, that would be extra helpful. But let's hypothetically say you inbox below and you want a freezer spell done, and you can't get me anything of the person, that's fine. It can still be done. I got probably about 7 of them in my freezer around the house, okay? So back to the parchment paper, preferably parchment paper. If not, you're going to just get plain paper with no lines on it. And you're just going to write the person's name, what they're doing to you, and how you want it to stop. It will end, and whatever you want to write, end it with "so mote it be." And then you can write your own little symbols or whatever you want to do and make it your own. Make it very creative. But be very particular in what you write on the piece of paper that's going to go in this jar. Okay? Because you want the person in that habit that is going on to be freezed. So it can be stopped, right? We all understand what that means. So I work in threes. Okay, it's a magical number, so I work in threes. So what I would do is I would take the paper, and I'm going to bend it in 3 ways going away from me, because I want this to stop and go away from me. If I wanted it to come to me, I'd fold it the opposite way, 3 ways coming towards me. I want it to go away, so I'm going to do 3 ways going the opposite way. Okay, so we're just going to pretend we wrote on here, da-da-da-da-da, the name. We might have a little something to put in the bottle, da-da-da-da-da, everything's done. So you're going to take the paper, you're going to put the paper in there, real nice and good. Real nice and good, whatever else you may have of that person in there as well, okay? And then if you're doing this spell for yourself, you can use, we'll use my iced tea, use water, nothing but water or urine. If you don't feel comfortable with using your own urine, you're going to take water and you're going to fill it to the top. Okay? And then you're going to fill it to the top either with your urine or water. You're going to put the cap on it. Okay? And then you're going to go clockwise. If you have a wand, okay, which I have many of them. I have the Witch's Bible, I have the skull, I have the Witch's broom, I have all that beautiful, wonderful, great stuff. You're going to go counterclockwise, okay? Counterclockwise, because anytime you want something to go away, you want to go counterclockwise. Anytime you want it to come, you're going to go clockwise, okay? So you're going to go counterclockwise 3 times, and you're going to say whatever you want to say over the bottle, okay? Like I would say, for instance, la 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 la's name. I want this to stop. It will stop, so mote it be. La 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 la's name. I want it to stop. It will stop, so mote it be. La 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 la's name. I want it to stop. It will stop, so mote it be. This is just for instance, okay? Then it's done. You can take your wand and tap it. You can ring your bell and tap it. Okay, if you opened your circle, don't go put this in the freezer until your circle is closed. Never leave your circle until you have closed your circle. Never to be broken, of course, but close your circle. Do not run to the freezer, put it in the freezer, and then come back to your circle and try to close your circle. That's a no-no. Then you're going to stick it in the freezer. Now, you're going to say to yourself, oh my goodness, well, how is that going to work? I got children. The husband goes in the fridge. My brother might be going in the fridge. My father, my mother, company might be going in the freezer. Let me rephrase that. The freezer and so forth. Okay, well, if you're not comfortable with putting it in the freezer, well, that's the whole point of a freezer spell. So what you can do is put it in the freezer, let it sit overnight, let it freeze, take it to the backyard and bury it. Okay, you always want to bury it in the back, because when you put something out front of your home, you're bringing it in. When you put something out back of your home, you're taking it out. Okay, so if you don't feel comfortable keeping these in your freezer, because sometimes they can get so cold that they can crack, sometimes they don't. I don't take them out of the freezer. I don't bother. They're not to be bothered, and everybody in my home knows that they're not to be bothered. It's getting a little bit hot in here. So if indeed you're not comfortable with keeping it in your freezer, wait till everybody's asleep and you know nobody's going to be in the freezer. Let it freeze. Take it out and go outside and bury it in some dirt somewhere. Okay? Go to a park, bury it in the dirt. If you're going to go to a graveyard, never, never, never disrespect somebody's grave. Okay, don't ever do that. And please, I've made videos on if you're going to enter a graveyard, how to properly enter a graveyard and exit the graveyard before doing anything in a graveyard. That's retrieving as well as retrieving graveyard dirt, or hexing somebody and burying it in there, or doing a freezer spell. Okay, it's the same thing. So with that being said, I am going to head off to bed now because I am extremely tired, if you can't already tell, but I felt the need to jump on here. Okay, please subscribe to my channel. Not begging you, but please subscribe to the channel. Make sure when you subscribe, you get the alert button that comes up and it says hit the bell button. Hit that bell button, because when you hit the bell button, that means you're going to get alerts when I go on and leave a video and I go live. Randomly, I'm going to be giving out free prizes to the person who leaves the most wonderful and beautiful comments the most often. It could be a free reading, an hour reading by me personally. It'd be a free spell of your choice. It could be a free protection necklace. It could be anything. I might just say, hey, you, right? You, the one listening and watching right now. In the last month or the last 2-3 weeks, you have written the most beautiful comments, and no, it's not a bribe. You write them, you don't. You won this. However, when I get to a certain amount of viewers, and I know that number, and I will get there, so motivate. I will be in the 70,000s very soon, you shall see. When I hit a certain amount of viewers, I'm going to start to go live on YouTube. And every single time that I go live, I'm going to do a mini reading for somebody. And I'm going to pick a favorite certain number that live, and that person is going to get a free reading by me personally, or a free spell of their choice every single time that I go live, when I do begin to go live. But I have to have a certain amount of viewers. It has to be worth my time before I go on and go ahead and do it. So with that being said, also, whether you know it or not, I am getting ready to publish my first and upcoming bestseller book about being a witch. Okay, I won't disclose the name or anything like that. But every time that I do a video, a little part of my video goes into my book, and a little part of your feedback of what you may know or what you may ask about goes into the book. It may not say your name, but part of your feedback will be in my book, because even though I'm sitting here teaching what I know as a traditional born, raised witch, but I look into Wicca and I look into pagan and etc. I want everybody to feel comfortable with what I teach, and I want to feel comfortable with your feedback, because I am a student just as well. And when you give me feedback, it helps me teach better. It lets me know that you're listening. It lets me know that you like how I teach. And then your feedback gives me the energy and the want and the ability and the inspiration to come on and teach more and more and more. Now, it's real simple. If you don't like the way I teach, you're not connecting with me, you're not vibing with me, or there's just something about me that you don't like, well, it's real simple. Move on to the next. That's all it takes, is move on to the next. It's real simple. You can leave any type of comment you want below, anything pertaining to previous videos, anything that I could clarify about this video, and anything that you may want me to teach you on an upcoming video. You can also ask me about what type of spells we do, how we do our spells, and anything and everything that we make as a coven. If indeed you leave any type of hate bomb or negative comment, I can promise you this, so mo to be, you're not in any way, I'm sorry, I keep looking out the window because they're disturbing me. I'm not in any way, shape, or form going to tolerate the negativity or the hate bombs, because you're not going to offend me in any way, shape, or form. I promise you that. You can try all day till you turn blue in the face. You can't offend me, because I've heard worse by better. and you're not going to offend my coven sisters or my witchy followers and my gifted lovies. However, there's always that possibility that there may be a viewer that you could offend. So I will block and report you immediately, and that I'm not playing around with. I'm not playing around with that. I'm not going to allow you to offend or possibly offend one of my viewers that takes the time out of their day to watch my videos, possibly give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to allow it. So with that being said, I hope that you got some wonderful knowledge out of this, how to do a lovely, easy, freezer effective spell. These beautiful, wonderful worry dolls that I promise you, Sumo to be, will change your life in a week or less. I promise you that. And whatever else I threw in here, being I felt a little witchy. And let me end this with, there's many beautiful witches out here in the world, okay? Despite how we're portrayed. You know, you got people in the world who say witches are bad and witches are evil, but you see them walking around for Halloween dressed up as witches, going to Halloween parties as adults in witch costumes. Their little children are in witch costumes. And, you know, it's just mind-boggling to me sometimes. You know, there's evil in every single person. There's just evil in us. We're born that way, okay? Whether we choose to expose it or we choose not to is up to the individual, whether you're a witch, whether you don't believe in anything, whether you're satanic, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, it doesn't matter. If you want to be evil, you're going to be evil. And if you want to be kind and nice, you're going to be kind. And if you want to be a mix, you're going to be a mix. So stop judging and just start loving. And with that being said, love and light, and blessed be. And until the next video, everybody stay safe, blessed, prayed up, do something wonderful and special for a stranger, and invest in a worry doll. And try out the freezer spell for yourself. And let me know how you liked it. Let me know what you thought. And let me know how it worked for you. Blessed be. Love and light.